The Great Pyramid of Khufu at Giza is a monumental achievement in Egyptian architecture. It represents the apex of pyramid construction techniques in ancient Egypt. However, the Great Pyramid was not the first pyramid ever built in Egypt. The Step Pyramid of Djoser predates Khufu's pyramid by approximately a century. Imhotep designed and oversaw the construction of the Step Pyramid of Djoser. Pharaoh Khufu, known as Cheops in Greek, reigned during Egypt's Old Kingdom. He ruled during the 4th dynasty, a time of prosperity and strong central authority. Khufu's Egyptian name, Khnum Khufu, translates to, "The god Khnum protects me." His reign is primarily remembered for the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Khufu inherited a strong, unified Egypt. His reign was a demonstration of the pharaoh's divine power. Khufu exerted absolute control over Egypt's economy. This control was primarily to facilitate the construction of his pyramid. Economic resources were centrally managed to support the massive building project. Khufu orchestrated the allocation of significant resources throughout Egypt. These resources encompassed food supplies to sustain the workforce. Manpower was strategically directed towards the construction of his tomb. Material resources were also channeled into the tomb's construction, viewed as national service. Inscriptions indicate that Khufu engaged in active diplomatic and trade relations with neighboring regions. Khufu initiated expeditions to the Sinai Peninsula to acquire turquoise. He also sent expeditions to Nubia, primarily for the acquisition of gold resources. Trade relations extended to Lebanon, a key source for cedar wood. Cedar wood was a crucial material for constructing the inner chambers of Khufu's pyramid. These activities highlight Khufu's efforts to secure resources and maintain relationships with other regions. Herodotus depicted Khufu as a cruel tyrant who enslaved his people. This portrayal has been historically influential but is now viewed critically. Egyptologists largely consider Herodotus's account to be folklore rather than historical fact. Evidence suggests a different reality regarding the workforce during Khufu's reign. Hemiunu was Khufu's vizier and the chief architect responsible for the Great Pyramid's design. Inscriptions in Hemiunu's tomb identify his key roles in the pyramid's construction. He held the title, Overseer of all construction projects of the king. This title indicates his broad authority over royal building endeavors. Additionally, Hemiunu was a vizier, a high-ranking official in the Egyptian government. The Giza Plateau was selected as the pyramid's location. Hemiunu made this decision based on specific geological and geographical factors. A primary reason was the plateau's solid limestone base. This foundation was essential for supporting the pyramid's immense weight. The elevation of the plateau above the Nile floodplain was also a key consideration. This elevation provided protection from potential flooding and water damage. The Great Pyramid was designed with an initial height of 481 feet, 146.6 meters. This height established it as the tallest man-made structure for an extensive period. The pyramid maintained its record-breaking height for nearly 4,000 years. Its immense scale reflects the advanced engineering and architectural capabilities of its builders. The pyramid's base exhibits a nearly perfect square shape. Its sides are aligned with remarkable accuracy to the 4 cardinal directions. This alignment demonstrates a high degree of precision in construction. Such precision suggests advanced surveying and engineering techniques. The near-perfect square base further emphasizes the builder's meticulous planning. The pyramids were constructed using a structured and proficient workforce. This workforce consisted of Egyptian citizens, organized in rotating shifts. The primary component of the workforce was farmers. Farmers were conscripted for pyramid construction during the annual Nile flood. The Nile flood season provided a period when agricultural work was limited. This system allowed for a large, temporary labor force to be utilized efficiently. Workers were provided with essential resources in exchange for their labor. These resources included food and drink to sustain their physical needs. Housing was also provided, ensuring workers had a place to rest and live. Medical care was part of the provisions, addressing health concerns. This system represented a form of national service, contributing to projects like ensuring the pharaoh's afterlife. Workers at Giza resided in designated barracks. Their diet primarily consisted of bread. Fish was a regular component of their meals. Meat, sourced from slaughtered cattle, supplemented their diet. Skeletal remains indicate access to medical care. Evidence suggests treatment for severe injuries among the workforce. The Great Pyramid of Giza was primarily constructed using limestone. The majority of this limestone was sourced locally. Quarries were established directly on the Giza Plateau. This on-site quarrying significantly streamlined the construction process. It minimized transportation distances for the heavy stone blocks. Local sourcing contributed to the efficiency of pyramid construction. The king's chamber is constructed using massive granite blocks. These granite blocks were quarried in Aswan, located over 500 miles south. The blocks were transported by boat during the flood season to facilitate movement. Each block weighed up to 80 tons, requiring significant logistical planning. The scale of the blocks highlights the advanced engineering capabilities of the builders. The transport and construction demonstrate the resources dedicated to the king's chamber. The construction of pyramids likely involved ramp systems. These ramps were constructed from materials like mud brick and rubble. The ramps were built up as the pyramid's height increased. The ramp systems were arranged in straight or zigzagging patterns. This method facilitated the raising of blocks during pyramid construction. Ancient construction relied on basic yet efficient tools. Copper chisels were used for detailed shaping of stone. Dolerite stone hammers provided the force needed to break and move materials. Wooden levers aided in positioning the heavy stone blocks. Water-filled trenches were used to level the base. This technique created a perfectly flat plane. The flat plane ensured the pyramid's stability. This method also contributed to the pyramid's construction precision. The pyramid's primary function was to serve as a resurrection machine. It was specifically designed to aid the pharaoh's soul in its transition to the afterlife. This journey was envisioned as a path towards union with the sun god, Ra. The pyramid structure and rituals were integral to this spiritual transformation. Therefore, the pyramid was not merely a tomb, but a facilitator of eternal life. The original entrance is situated on the pyramid's north face. This entrance serves as the access point to the pyramid's internal passages. It also provides entry to the various chambers located within the pyramid. The north face location was strategically chosen for the pyramid's design. The passage descends into the bedrock. The destination is an unfinished subterranean chamber. The chamber's construction appears incomplete. The site may represent an abandoned design. The chamber could be part of an early plan. The project was potentially discontinued. The ascending passage serves as a connector within the pyramid's internal structure. It diverges upwards from a lower point. The ascending passage leads directly to the Grand Gallery. The Grand Gallery is a notable architectural element within the pyramid. The Grand Gallery is a hallway featuring a corbel vaulted ceiling. It measures 153 feet in length and 28 feet in height. The gallery's construction is an impressive feat of ancient engineering. It was likely designed to house granite plug blocks. These blocks were intended to seal the pyramid after the king's burial. The king's chamber served as the final resting place within the pyramid. It contains a large, lidless sarcophagus constructed from Aswan granite. The sarcophagus's immense size dictated its placement during the chamber's construction. This ensured it could not be moved after the pyramid's completion. Air shafts extend from the king's and queen's chambers towards the sky. These shafts are believed to have a symbolic purpose. They are thought to act as star shafts. The shafts may have been designed to direct the king's soul towards the stars. This alignment could have been a key element in ancient Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. Khufu's reign ended around 2566 BC. His rule lasted approximately 23 to 27 years. His death marked the conclusion of his time as pharaoh. The exact circumstances surrounding his death remain unknown. Khufu's body was prepared through mummification. Mummification was a sacred process in ancient Egypt. The primary goal was to preserve the body for eternity. preservation ensured Khufu's readiness for the afterlife. The process was integral to beliefs about eternal life. The mummy was carefully placed inside its sarcophagus as the final step in preparation for entombment. Following the placement, priests conducted the opening of the mouth ceremony. This ritual was believed to restore the deceased's senses and ability to speak in the afterlife. After the ceremony, the burial party began the process of sealing the tomb. Large granite plug blocks were used to physically seal the tomb's entrance, securing the mummy within. The mummy of Khufu, the pharaoh who commissioned the Great Pyramid, has never been discovered. Historical evidence suggests the Great Pyramid was likely subjected to robbery. This robbery probably occurred within a few centuries after the pyramid's initial sealing. The treasures and the royal mummy of Khufu were likely stolen during this period. In 820 AD, Caliph al-Ma'mun initiated a break-in into a pyramid. The purpose of the break-in was likely to discover valuable artifacts or knowledge. Upon entering, al-Ma'mun discovered the sarcophagus within the pyramid was empty. This suggested that the tomb had been previously opened and its contents removed before al-Ma'mun's arrival. The Great Pyramid was not the first pyramid constructed in ancient Egypt. It represents the pinnacle of pyramid design and engineering. Earlier pyramids served as developmental precursors. The Great Pyramid showcases advanced construction techniques. Its scale and precision reflect the height of Egyptian architectural skill. It represents the ultimate evolution of the pyramid concept in ancient Egypt. The pyramids were constructed by a skilled workforce of Egyptian laborers. These laborers were part of a rotating workforce, ensuring continuous progress. The workers were well fed, indicating a system that supported their needs. They also received adequate care, highlighting the value placed on their labor. This disproves the historical inaccuracy that the pyramids were built by slaves. Hemiunu was the vizier of Khufu. He played a crucial role in the design. He also oversaw the construction of Khufu's pyramid. Hemiunu's tomb is located nearby the pyramid. The tomb's location confirms his significant involvement. It serves as archaeological evidence of his key position in the project. The primary function of the pyramid was religious. It served as a monumental structure with a spiritual purpose. The pyramid was designed to facilitate the pharaoh's successful rebirth. It was also intended to ensure the pharaoh's safe passage to the afterlife. The pyramid acted as a machine to aid this spiritual transformation. Therefore, its construction was deeply rooted in religious beliefs and practices. The mummy of Khufu, the pharaoh who commissioned the Great Pyramid, is currently missing. Historical evidence suggests that Khufu's pyramid was subjected to looting in ancient times. This robbery likely occurred well before modern archaeological exploration. The act of looting involved the desecration of the tomb and removal of its contents. As a result, no physical remains of Khufu have ever been discovered within the pyramid. The absence of Khufu's mummy represents a significant loss to historical and archaeological understanding. The pyramids demonstrate remarkable construction precision. This includes alignment to true north with great accuracy. The pyramid's base forms a near-perfect square. The structure exhibits immense weight-bearing capacity. Pyramid construction necessitated a significant shift in Egypt's economic priorities. Vast quantities of resources were redirected towards the project. This reallocation had a direct impact on various sectors of the Egyptian economy. Communities across Egypt experienced the effects of this resource shift. The construction project influenced the availability of resources for other economic activities. Large-scale projects require complex social structures for effective management. A hierarchical organization is essential to manage the workforce efficiently. Clear hierarchies facilitate the management of logistical operations. Hierarchical structures are also needed for effective project planning. The pyramid project exemplifies the necessity of hierarchical social organization. Construction projects in ancient Egypt drove advancements in tool development. These projects also fostered the growth of sophisticated engineering techniques. The innovations highlight the ingenuity present in ancient Egyptian society. These advancements showcase a deep understanding of practical mechanics and material science. Ancient Egyptian pyramids reflect deep-seated religious beliefs. These beliefs centered on the afterlife and the concept of resurrection. The pyramids also symbolized the divine status of the pharaoh. They were constructed as monumental tombs for the pharaohs. The design and construction were influenced by religious doctrines. Pyramids served as a physical and spiritual link between the pharaoh and the gods. Architectural innovation involves significant advancements in design. The pyramid design represents a notable evolution in architectural history. It builds upon earlier pyramid structures, incorporating new features. These features demonstrate innovative approaches to construction and aesthetics. The pyramid showcases a progression in architectural understanding and skill. This evolution reflects ongoing advancements in architectural design principles. Pyramid construction showcased the pharaoh's centralized authority. The pharaoh possessed significant political power. This power enabled the mobilization of vast resources. Monumental projects required extensive manpower, controlled by the pharaoh. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is an enduring symbol. It represents ancient Egyptian civilization. The pyramid attracts global visitors. It also attracts scholars from around the world. Pyramids have transitioned into significant tourist destinations. This influx of tourism generates substantial revenue for the local economy. Tourism helps to sustain and improve local infrastructure and services. The presence of pyramids sparks global interest in ancient Egyptian history. This interest leads to greater cultural awareness and educational opportunities. Tourism supports the preservation and study of Egyptian cultural heritage. Pyramids remain a focal point for continuous research and scholarly investigation. Ongoing studies frequently yield new discoveries and perspectives regarding their construction and purpose. These investigations span various disciplines, including archaeology, engineering, and history. The persistent research efforts contribute to a deeper understanding of these ancient structures. Conservation efforts are crucial for the long-term preservation of the pyramid. These efforts aim to protect the pyramid from environmental damage. Conservation also mitigates the negative impacts of human activity on the structure. Preservation ensures the pyramid remains intact for future generations. Sustained conservation is vital for maintaining the pyramid's historical integrity. Popular myths and legends often obscure the historical and archaeological facts about pyramids. These misconceptions require careful debunking to reveal the true history. Clarification is needed to separate fact from fiction surrounding pyramids. Historical and archaeological evidence provides a more accurate understanding. The pyramid has served as a profound source of inspiration across various artistic mediums. Its iconic shape and historical weight contribute to its enduring appeal. This appeal transcends time, influencing artists from ancient eras to modern day. The pyramid's cultural significance further cements its status as a recurring artistic motif. Countless artistic representations reflect the pyramid's lasting impact on human creativity and expression. Pyramids have exerted a worldwide influence on architectural designs. Their unique structure has been adapted and replicated in various forms across cultures. This architectural impact extends beyond mere replication. Pyramids have also facilitated cultural exchange between different civilizations. The construction and symbolism of pyramids have inspired artistic and intellectual discourse. This cultural exchange has fostered a deeper understanding of ancient societies. Sustainable tourism is essential for preserving the pyramid. It allows visitors to appreciate the pyramid's historical value. Sustainable practice ensure long-term preservation. This approach balances tourism with cultural heritage protection.